The P-47 was flown in all theaters of combat in World War II except Alaska, and was a mainstay in the United States Army Air Force. The huge fighter weighed in at nearly 8 tons fully loaded and could carry more than half the bomb load of a B-17, and sported 8 50 caliber machine guns in the wings, giving it a tremendous volume of fire. By the time the P-47D models came into service, it had overcome some early limitations to achieve a decent rate of climb, and became well known for its high-altitude dogfighting capabilities, its enormous proficiency in ground attack, as well as its sheer power and incredible ruggedness. Some pilots felt safer attempting a belly landing in a burning P-47 than they did bailing out of one. And while it could be outturned by its opponents, its roll rate was excellent, and no prop fighter the Axis had could get away from it in a dive. This beast of an aircraft is what ShyGuy204 is going to take into combat in the skies over Ruhr, in a War Thunder realistic battle. ShyGuy is climbing as hard as he can, attempting to put some bullets into the first of 3 BF-109s that he's going to run into in fairly rapid succession in this match. The BF-109 has an edge on him in this climbing contest though, and he misses his shots. As the German airplane peels away and circles back to get on his tail, ShyGuy continues straight ahead. This is his wisest course of action by far. As soon as the BF-109 starts to close the distance, he just tips the nose forward and starts building up a tremendous amount of speed. Using this capability of the P-47, he's able to easily control the distance, keeping himself outside of engagement range, and widen that gap until he can safely turn around and re-engage on his own terms. ShyGuy knows it's unlikely that he's going to be able to maneuver around and get on the tail of his pursuer. However, he's also well aware of the sheer volume of fire his P-47 can throw out, and knows he can rely quite strongly on its capability to shrug off incoming damage. It's time to put the Jug's legendary toughness and durability to the test. Well, I've always said that if one jug is good, two jugs are even better. The timely intervention of Captain Earth and his P-47D turned out to be most welcome. Did you notice how his second opponent could have outturned him? ShyGuy was staying right on his tail. He had plenty of speed in that dive, but had the BF-109 continued that left-hand turn, he could have gotten away. Instead, he made the mistake of changing direction, and the P-47's quick roll rate allowed ShyGuy to reverse direction, flip over to the right, and stay right on his tail. Now, even with all the lead that ShyGuy was throwing around in those engagements, he's still got about 900 rounds left. However, he's thinking that this match is going to go on for a while, so he might as well head back to base and rearm while he has the chance. But as he gets closer, he notices an aircraft loitering in the general area of the airfield. It turns out to be a Focke-Wulf 190A1. And he decides he'd better try and deal with that before he makes any attempt to land. This looks to be shaping up into another head-on situation. And while ShyGuy's P-47 should have the advantage, it's always a dicey proposition going head-to-head with a Focke-Wulf of any type. ShyGuy's aim is a bit off that time around, and although he riddles the Focke-Wulf's wing, it doesn't do any significant harm to the aircraft. ShyGuy hasn't been as lucky though. He's got a huge gaping hole in his right wing, and his aircraft has become very, very difficult to control. He's going to head directly for the runway and the anti-aircraft batteries there, hoping to apply some pressure to the Focke-Wulf and keep it at bay. As he approaches those defenses, the Focke-Wulf appears to split off. You can never depend on that though. He could be lurking just outside or at the edge of visual range. As ShyGuy maneuvers past the runway and tries to decide if it's safe to chance a landing, I want to point out one thing that ShyGuy did really well when he sent me this replay. He provided a lot of interesting little details about the battle, what he was thinking, how many rounds he had left. Lots of information that I would have had no way of knowing just by simply observing this replay, but that helped the whole thing make a whole lot more sense when I'm putting it into a video. I want to thank ShyGuy for that, and it's just something to keep in mind when you guys send in replays too. Those little details may be a little tedious to type out, but they sure do help the final video get fleshed out the way it should be. Well, he turned around and tried to come in for a landing, and immediately the Focke-Wulf came at him. So it's time for one more head-on charge. Let's see if the P-47 can actually take the punishment, subjecting itself to the 20mm cannons of that Focke-Wulf one more time. And he does. He had enough ammunition left to put a good long burst directly into the engine of Graveyard 55's Focke-Wulf. It catches on fire, spins out of control, and will eventually crash to the runway. Well, while Graveyard is soon to be pushing up daisies of his own, ShyGuy's in a bit of trouble now. His P-47 is even more torn up than it was before. He's going to have some trouble getting this thing down on the runway in one piece. But it holds together. And he takes it slow and easy, gets everything lined up just right, and eventually manages to set it down on the runway. While he's going through all this, the other Thunderbolt pilot, Captain Earth, remember him? Yeah, he bites the dust. And the remaining BF-109 on the enemy team ends up crashing on landing as well. Apparently he took a lot of damage from Brenticus, the PBJ pilot you see that has landed at the same time ShyGuy has. Apparently he did a lot of damage to him, and eventually it did him in. So it's now ShyGuy and Brenticus flying the Thunderbolt and the PBJ respectively versus a lone Ju-87 G1. Yeah, twin 37mm gun pods. He's been busy killing enemy, well, NPC ground targets. So the hunt is on. It's a contest to see who can get to the Stuka with the big guns first. Normally I wouldn't even bother you showing this last part, but the display of sheer camaraderie and good sportsmanship displayed at the end of this match means I just can't leave it unshown. It's pretty cloudy, but they do manage to spot Mike Honcho, 710, the Stuka pilot, and it's closer to the PBJ pilot, Brenticus, unfortunately. He's going to have a shot at that Stuka before ShyGuy's going to. It doesn't look good. ShyGuy continues his dive, though, and the Stuka manages to twist out of the way. That gives ShyGuy a chance to get the final kill of the match. He swings in, the Stuka turns and twists, and it manages to evade again. Now both of these big birds have to get themselves turned around and lined up for another shot. The Stuka is twisting and diving and doing everything that it can to stay out of the line of fire. ShyGuy gets lined up on him. It's another head-on, which is unfortunate. 37mm slam into the Thunderbolt, but it doesn't do him any good. The Thunderbolt shrugs it off and the Stuka goes down. And bless his heart, Brenticus can't contain himself and fires off a tremendous volley of fire as a salute to ShyGuy for a job well done. Well, ace in a day, ShyGuy. 5 kills. Well done, and thanks for turning in the replay. That's all I have for you for right now. So until I see you again, good hunting. Thanks for watching. I hope you were entertained. If you liked the video, please remember to subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you. And I'll see you next time.